Hello, I'm Lori Farkas and welcome to Charter's Local Edition. We're in Cheyenne at the WAM Convention, which is the Wyoming Association of Municipalities. This is where mayors and city leaders come together, they share ideas, and they learn from one another. And joining us today is Mayor Lars Baker from the city of Riverton. Thanks so much for being here today.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
Well, Riverton is known as the rendezvous community of Wyoming, and that goes way back. For centuries, people have chosen that Wind River Valley as a place to gather. Tell us a little bit more about your beautiful city.
Clear back to 1838, there was a famous rendezvous that took place at the confluence of the Big and Little Wind Rivers, and so Riverton is a nice place from the standpoint of climate. Rather moderate winters, and it can get cold there, but for the most part, it's a pleasant place to live from that standpoint. And we've got plenty of resources, and so with the Wind River, that allowed for irrigation, and the Riverton projects, there's 4 or 5 major irrigation projects there that irrigate about 500,000 acres of land.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Well, you were born in Wyoming, you left for a little while, you came back.
I did.
What propelled you and made you want to be mayor of your great city?
Oh, well, Riverton's been good to me. My family grew up in Riverton. They're all products of the Riverton school system. They went to Central Wyoming College. They got a good start in Riverton, and I like government. I've been involved in government all my life in one level or another, and so I got on the city council here a few years ago as a way that I could give back to the community and use some of my abilities, I guess, in management and in that way. And so when the opportunity to run for mayor came along, I jumped on that.
Mm-hmm. There are some challenges that face some of the small communities in Wyoming, and we all kind of work together as a state to solve those problems. What are some of the challenges that are currently facing your community?
I think most of our small towns have got some common challenges, and that is infrastructure needs.
Yeah.
The tax base in Wyoming is such that most of the money flows to the state government and then comes back to the communities. Mm-hmm. And so WAM has a major lobbying function with the state legislature to try to make sure that local governments are well funded.
Mm-hmm. Are you getting what you need for your community? How is that working for Riverton? That's a loaded question.
Yeah, well, sure, you always come down here
I want more.
and try to get more, okay, but at the same time, you have to say, well, we really get a lot of money from the state in a lot of different ways, mm-hmm. and our job, in my opinion, is that we are the local managers for those state funds, mm-hmm. and to make sure that they're distributed wisely.
Mm-hmm. What are the major industries in Riverton? Talk a little bit about that and how the residents are doing overall in the community.
Well, we've got agriculture, of course. I think that's probably our base industry, mm-hmm. Farming and ranching there. So there's a good livestock, a lot of good hay produced in Riverton. Malt barley, one of the great places to grow malting barley, simply because we don't get any rain late in the summer, and that gives us an opportunity to get the barley harvested before it gets wet and malts on its own. So we've got that agricultural base. The Wind River Casino in Riverton, just outside of Riverton.
That is a great place.
Employs over 800 people today.
Wow.
That is the largest employer in Fremont County. Mm-hmm. We've got some small manufacturing activities, and we're a hub for shopping, mm-hmm. For the area.
As you look toward the future, what would you see in the horizon? What do you wish for Riverton?
Well, in Riverton, we'd like to see a little bit of growth. Mm-hmm. We'd like to see our community get a little bit bigger, and with size, you get to have the amenities that you would appreciate in a larger city. Mm-hmm. And so, if you want to go eat in a brand name restaurant someplace, you might have to drive to Casper now.
Yeah, a lot of people take that for granted, but that is really a wish and a hope and a dream for a lot of small communities.
And we wish that we could have better air service than what we have. In the past, when the mines were active out in the Gas Hills 30 years ago, we had 2-3 flights a day with Boeing 737s. into our airport, and
Wow.
today we get 1 or 2 flights with a Beechcraft 1900. So that's a big difference in air service, and we would like to see that recover some.
Building that is important.
Oh yeah, so trying to build our airport up and get more air services.
Well, we wish you the best of luck with everything in Riverton, and we
Yes.
thank you so much for joining us on Charters Local Edition today.
Thank you for visiting.
And we'll see you next time